Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to replace your brakes on your Ford B-Max. You'll have to start off by lifting it up. You're going to lift here. You can see that there's a little, this piece you have to, this groove you have to lift up. Before we lift it all the way up, we're going to loosen the wheel so it doesn't just spin around. You'll have to use a 19 socket and one of these bad boys so you can get some leverage on. I'm just going to loosen it right now. I'm going to lift it up. And we're going to put some support in. So I'm gonna fit this in here. It's gonna be a combination with the jack stand. If this fails, it's gonna be alright. I'm just gonna slowly loosen it so it gets some of the weight on the jack stand, and now it's secure to work on. It's 13 millimeter. There's one on the top and one on the bottom. They are just small bolts, 8mm bolts. So not small, but like medium sized or whatever you can call it. Nice, okay. So the bolts is up here and down here. And then you can just wiggle these out like this. The caliper itself. This piston is what is pressing your brake pads against the disc. Take the old disc pads, throw them away, because I've got new ones. And you should always replace when you're changing the disc brake. Now I'm gonna take my big wrench. What it's called, I don't know. I'm just gonna press the piston together. So this is done. And this is because when the brake disc is weared out, which mine is now, and the brake pads as well, this is gonna go further out. So in order to actually get it fitted again, we have to give this enough space. And this is also a key part of the safety, that when you're finished, don't drive away right away, but take some time to get these pistons out again, so your car can actually brake. Because I've seen some on my old workplace where they forgot to do it and ended up denting stuff. So that's not very good. We're just gonna try and see if it slides well. It does. This one and this one as well. Cool. So nothing's stuck. Gonna move you away, camera, so you won't get hurt. Okay, this one is now unstuck. Good. Now we just need this one. That's good. Now it's unstuck as well. It's a good thing to use your weight. Hi guys, I got to the left side now, and I suppose that it would be just as easy as on the right side as I showed you, but this bolt is just so tight. So now I've tried hammering on this to get the rust to loosen. I haven't put rust dissolver on, but that's the last thing I will try. Then I just tried hammering away, putting like this, and then hammering on top of it to loosen it. It's not a big hammer, so I couldn't get that to work. Now I'm trying with the last resort I think I'm having. I can just put it on top like this, and then I'm gonna take a big wrench like this. I'm just gonna try and loosen it and see if this gives me enough leverage. Oh, it worked. Just barely. I could feel that the wrench was about to give in, but actually I got it loosened. This is the way to do it if it's so tight. 2 bolts, 1 man. And put it aside, right there, like this. Ah, nice. Then we can just wiggle this off, the old one. Should be, sometimes there's a screw, but not on this vehicle, so that's easy peasy. Just gonna put it down in case it's the wrong disc I've got, so don't ruin it just yet. One rotor, and when these are all new, like these are, be very careful with them, obviously, but also take, before you put them on your car, take a rag and some brake cleaner to take off the coating, an anti-rust coating that is on from the factory. So yeah, that's very important, because if you don't do that, there will be kind of, I don't know, it's not oil, but I guess sometimes it's not oil, because it would seep into the metal, so they wouldn't never do that, but it doesn't look like there's a coating, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just to be certain that it will actually break when I'm putting this doing. So I'm just gonna put this rag right here, big rag. And on the other side as well. Be sure to not put your filthy hands on the brake zone. Okay, and now we're gonna put this back on, this bad boy. But first I'm just gonna look in this, because I actually forgot to order something, and that's a bit embarrassing. I forgot to order new ones in these, which the brake pads glide on. You don't always have to order new ones, but this one has rust on them, so this is what you get. It's the only thing. 4 brake pads when you order brake pad kit. Take these ones and take a steel brush, so I can just get the worst of it off. But I would actually recommend just ordering new ones of these. Just beware of not going onto these rubber sealings, because if you do that, you will have to get a new caliper kit. It's just so you don't do that. Lovely, but you can see the rust is still there, so I would definitely recommend to just replace it all together. Take some copper grease, just share it with the other one, and you can't do this without touching the disc, so don't be crying over that. And I've got a torque wrench, but I'm not gonna tighten these with using that because I don't know the specs. So I'm just gonna go full berserk on tightening them because they are big bolts. I think it's 10 or 12 millimeters, so they can handle this stress. So like that. Nice. Cool. So now it's there. Now we just gotta take this one out, and we're actually ready. Okay, just remember to put in the brake pads. That's a very, very, very great advice. Sorry, it's so stupid. And some mechanics are like, this is what you're gonna do. Put on the copper grease and then let's go. Some mechanics are like, don't do it. I actually don't know. When I repaired trucks, I actually got to a point where I just didn't do it. I put the copper grease on because the thing is that, yeah, they're gonna let it glide, but they are also gonna make it collect dirt a lot easier. So it's kind of like a religion within the mechanic world. But I'm choosing to show you this because that's how you learn it in the school. Put it down here, and then in here scooch it in, whoop, like that. Beware not to get any of this grease on your, or any of your filthy fingers on the brake pad itself. And this, the braking part, don't touch it. My battery just died, but we're alive again. Okay, so now I just got this brake pad in. So put it in at the bottom and then slide it in like that. And be careful not to break or dent the metal fingers. I don't know what to call it. Okay, so now we're just gonna put on these bolts. It's gonna be doing like this. I'm just gonna hand tighten them. And these doesn't take much force. You can break these bolts, so don't go full berserk on these. Just give them a good tight tug. Yeah, and not too much. So that's it. Then you just have to put on your wheel again. I'm just gonna show you. And use, this one is inward, so you put them on like this, so the groove centers the wheel. That's very important. And then we'll have to use a torque wrench to put it into the specified Newton meter torque setting. I don't know what it's called. Where does it go? Is this the one? 19? Yeah, this was the one. Cool. And we're just gonna tighten this. And right now I can't really tighten it to the full spec because it's not on the ground yet. It has to have contact here, so we can tighten it all the way. But I'm just gonna secure the wheel right now, so it's centered like it is now. And then we're gonna tighten it after. Now we're gonna take the jack stand up, so we can get the support out. Just gonna pump it up again. Woo! Don't do it as fast as me, obviously. Cool. And then be sure that it doesn't roll. You have to engage your handbrake for that, or put something behind the back, the rear wheels, so it doesn't roll. For now, we're gonna take the torque wrench up to the specification, which is 130 Newton meters of torque, even though I think it sounds a lot for these bolts. 120, like that. And then the smart thing about doing this, turning the wheels to the right, is that both on the right and the left side, your wheel is gonna lean outwards, so you can tighten them without scratching your paintwork and stuff like that. So 2 clicks and over here. So don't do it like taking this, then this, then this. Take it the opposite. And down here. And up here. Cool, then it's tightened. And then remember to always unscrew it again, because if you don't do that, it's gonna be imprecise. So when you're just storing your torque wrench, screw it all the way out so it's not tight. That's how you don't ruin the spring. So now we're just gonna put on the I don't know what it's called, something. And then we're gonna look after this groove here. We're gonna put it on top of the valve, like that. Then we're gonna do it like this. Then so that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. And remember to like and subscribe this video. It helps me a lot. Thank you. Have a great day.